So one last thing, our dear friend Daniel has talked about the pyramids.
Okay.
And he's talked about there's an organic, he posted something about there's an organic field, or perhaps it's a grid or whatever the fuck, around said earth, and it's connecting into the pyramids. Now, I'm sure you'll correct me if I'm wrong, Danny boy, but, you know, that was what I glanced briefly, because, you know, if it doesn't grab me, it doesn't. But it got me thinking, or, you know, exploring, shall we say. Paneling as a stargazing, having a little experience. So, you know, there's been so much said on the pyramids.
I've noticed it come up a bit lately.
So, well, I think they're reprogramming chambers now. What they were.
What do you think?
Well, what they were before on the organic timeline is something different. But what they use them for now, in my opinion, has been a reprogramming back to the Pharonic dynasties, which, you know, were the original fucking Saturnians, let's face it.
Do you think, so just to make sure that I'm clear, you think that the actual pyramids themselves, they originally come from an organic timeline?
I think they're organic.
But that they've been taken over to become the reprogramming chambers.
Absolutely.
Can I check that?
Off you go, Trot Trot.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, they look slightly different too. Like back when they were organic, they looked slightly different, but they are. And they were completely taken over when the Matrix came. Right. I just thought bang up, straight up that they were just complete Matrix creations, but they're not. That's actually a big relief for me. I was actually quite disappointed that they
No, there's nothing wrong with the period, but that's the point. It's like you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I mean, when I was saying, you know, the pyramids are part of CERN, they are now. But they were like, in my opinion, they were like not just energy stations, but what they were initiation chambers. They were experiences of connection with the different parts of self, cosmos, galactic, moo, the whole of the above. And they also harnessed earth energy. Right? So, of course, if you're trying to infiltrate the earth and take over the hologram, the reality, what would you be playing with? Would you set up your own or go with what's already there?
Yeah, absolutely.
And people have an association already with it that it's A-OK. So once you get in there, they just tweak it, slide it, you know.
Yeah. And there'll be enough information to kind of keep
Totally. I mean, just as a refresh, it's because we don't follow Pharonic, even though we call ourselves family of Ra, we do not follow the Pharonic dynastic Egypt. We are all about before the consciousness invasion. They took our original understandings and co-opted it, and that's what they've done in Pharonic Egypt. Like in our timeline, there is no Isis / Horus / that's their part of it. A lot of the netters were jinn, were the original creative beings of Ra that have been harnessed and fucked with. Like when all those Sekhmet statues were unearthed, I took great pleasure in breaking the spells that had harnessed the energy inside the stone.
Oh, wow.
Unearth some more bitches, let's play. So I'm just saying, you know, explore shit for yourself. Stuff you're attracted to, stuff that, you know, you want to know about. You've got all the answers. Don't fucking look at the internet for them. Or do what I do, have the experience and then see what everyone else is having. You know what I mean? It's like, and then you can understand, well, some of that language sounds like what I had. I want to hear more because we're all going to have our own language. You know? And that's
to find the commonality.
Good old Tower of Babel. That's what separates us, the language. You know, what our descriptions are for each word or concept. That's why we try and define it when we say it. So when we're saying, oh, AI, well, let's talk about what is AI. So let's say, how does all this shit
Fine.
fit together, right? You've got Annunaki, you've got Reptoids, you've got
Mm-hmm.
AI. So in my version of life, how it all fits together is the Reptoids are the Archon faction, right? But the Archons themselves, or how we can say it is, I include it when I say Archon fuckery, is the Anunnaki. Who are the Anunnaki? Well, they're humans, exactly like us, but they have fallen into the transhuman agenda in their worlds. This is why it's becoming a problem, because instead of it just being fucking with the earth, the Archons have moved outside of this solar system. That's why places like Lyra and that were fucking destroyed, because they got the original humans from there, infected them like a virus, like they've done here. So this is the thing I say when I'm talking about I've seen Sirius liberated, is because I've seen the matrix flown off in other places. My lineage has those memories, so I can access them. Does that make sense?
Yes, yeah, it makes total sense.
Sometimes I think, it's my own revolving world.
I can understand why you would feel that.
It feels like it's... Yeah. So that's who the Anunnaki are. So you think of them as...
Funny that.
Dropped out on the Anunnaki. Two can play that game, bitches. I'll drop out on you. Yeah. So that's sort of my summation of it all is, think of them as Antropos 10 that's seated outside of this planet, because there was definitely opportunity for that happening. If you, reference the Sophia mythos.
Yeah.
And, I think that AI is relevant, because that's how they interface.
Yeah.
Because they can't they cannot experience the organic. They can only interface with inorganic. That's why they need the machine. That's why they need the machine in you.
Right. Do you think that the Anunnaki created AI, or do you think AI was its own, came from something else, but it's now been harnessed by Anunnaki?
Don't know. I think the Anunnaki are, as much caught up within the matrix as anyone, because they've wedded themselves to the matrix by their reliance
Association. Yeah. Well, I just
running their own matrix. Do you know what I mean? They're running their own reality for those reptoids. Like they're both interdependent on each other.
Mm-hmm. I getcha. I breath tested the Anunnaki creating AI, and I got no. So
I think that AI is used to interface between the powers that be, the archonic fucktards, right, and the organic.
Mm-hmm.
But they've almost bred out their organic connection.
Well, the AI have done an amazing job with its infiltration.
Have they?
No.
All they've done is put us into thinking we need them. Anything that can be done physically can be done with consciousness. Consciousness is where it starts. But what they've made us believe is it has to go through the physical channels.
Yeah,
like
it
if
has
you
to be.
want, a glass of water, you have to go and get it. On the organic timeline, maybe your water's just there.
Yeah.
Because you're so connected with everything. It's just in that moment, your creation creates the water or connects with the elemental realm to bring particles of water together, and there it is.
Gosh, really organic. I'm just really getting the grasp of how it really is.
That's why they say the organic's more feminine, because it doesn't need the logic.
Yeah.
It's just really misleading when they use all these terms chucked in on each other and people are still working out, does that mean it's got tits and balls? Like, what does it mean? You know what I mean? Lady boy. You know, like, what are you talking about? So there you go.
Yeah, I get it. But I'm getting how, when you talk about the organic like that, and I'm feeling what you're feeling, I really get the sense of how anti-life the Matrix is, how it really is
In the end,
anti-conscious.
who gives a toss? If it's Archon, if it's AI, if it's Annunaki, they're all just fucking names. The point of the matter is, you're either serving life or you're not. If you're serving life, honouring life, connecting with life, worshipping life, then you cannot help, and that is your fucking core devotee, you cannot help but be going organic.
Yeah.
Because you're not resonating with the frequencies they're going to be throwing out. And boy, are they going to be throwing it out. I mean, I feel like I'm on one of those roller coaster things, right? And it's not even reaching the top, but it's just about to. And motherfucker, when it does, whoosh, down the mountain, bitch. You'll be holding on for grim.
Rolling.
I don't do roller coasters in real life, so, you know, I much prefer the etheric ones, thanks.
The ride is more intense that way.
But the more you have confidence to connect in yourself, the mooster, the more you know it's all in your mind. It's all in your perception. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's in your mind when something fucking falls on your head, right? But what I'm saying is the connection to that world is in your mind, in your consciousness. Because after all, when the life goes from this experience, where the fuck does it go? I mean, you're still conscious, so it's still in your mind, still in your consciousness. The idea is to move the consciousness from this dual expression to that soul star, that singular expression, that expression that comes from an absolutely neutral place that is, that it is, that it is. Mm-hmm. Along with the mooster, how can you go wrong?
You can't, because it's every time I connect Mu and Ra with Soul Star and all of that magic that happens.
Magic happens. This is where the magic happens, MTV. Right here.
I just, that is reality. I have no other words for it. That's the truth.
Well, that's where I want to live.
Yeah. So I can sort of feel the distinction between the matrix and the truth. So I know what it's like. It just trying to get that more into here and not just in here.
Trying. Malfunction. Trying.
I know. Emanation.
Just being. Even if it's only being this much, you're still fucking doing it, girlfriend. You know what I mean? Trying is so fucking limp-wristed. I'm sure I'll get the PC beat out of me for that one. But, you know, like, Jesus. I mean, in PC, get fucked. Get fucked on the PC. I'm so over PC. Guess what?